Welcome back, everyone. Just gone 8:30 here on the program. Interesting interview with the IEC just before we took that break. Yeah, I mean, you know, this is the reality is that you have to ensure that no manipulation whatsoever can take place. And even though I still proudly have my mark on, but I made a specific effort to tell the guy, listen, I want to make sure that it looks like I'm voted already. So I had no intention of trying to go out and vote twice. But the reality is there are people there, and that's why systems should be in place that you aren't able to rub this off. So, yeah, the IEC, I'm sure, still going to get a lot of questions from some political parties that are not happy with the way things have gone. But one of the other issues that they brought up was the voter turnout. And this is something that I think we need to look at quite carefully. And you ask yourself two questions. Is it just a matter of voter fatigue, that people feel like they don't want to go out and vote in the elections? Or are we just moving in line with international democracies where people don't generally go out in their numbers and vote, and you're lucky if you get over 50%? Well, one thing I can tell you is that we keep on looking at the CSIR predictions, and what they are predicting with the votes counted so far is that in these elections, they're thinking that we will get a 60% voter turnout, and that would equate to 17.4 million people actually going out and voting. And remember, there was a registered voting base of about 27 million. Now, it may not sound too bad to you, but when you compare it to previous years, let's look at 2014. The voter turnout in 2014 was sitting at 73.4%. So that's almost a 13% drop from 2014 to this year. Now, let's go back even further to 2009, and the voter turnout in 2009 was 77.3%. So if you compare 2009 to the prediction for now, we are down almost 20% in voter turnout. There's an interesting story for you. It really, really is. Let's move back to Mpumalanga now. Voting is continuing, and all of the provinces are certainly there. I think with the vote, 73.3% of the votes have been captured. Let's have a look at Bushbuckridge now, and we've got our reporter who's standing by to talk to us, Jonathan Lungu. Jonathan, a very good morning to you. You know, it's quite interesting when I don't imagine you have these figures with you in terms of how Mpumalanga's voting turnout is coming along. But nationally, to look at a drop like that in voter turnout, we're wondering if this talks to apathy within South Africans.
Well, a very good morning, Leanne. We are coming to you live from Akonhoek. Behind me, you can see here the mountain Drakensberg, beautiful mountain of Drakensberg, and just under Drakensberg, there's a place called Green Valley here in Akonhoek. Well, the people came out in numbers. We were here on the voting day. They came out in numbers. They came to vote. We saw them. We visited a number of voting stations around this area. As I can just remind the viewers that we had about 1,772 polling stations around the province. We saw them. They came in numbers, but they were coming in drips and drops. Here in Mpumalanga, especially in the Bushbuckridge area, there's a party that contested these elections, which is the Bushbuckridge. It was formerly known as the Bushbuckridge Residents Association. But when they contested these elections, they were called Better Residents Associations. This is a party that was formed in 2010 by a group of disgruntled members of the ANC who felt that their voices are not heard, and they want to make a change. They want to make a difference in this area in terms of service delivery. Well, they contested this year again. They had one seat in the legislature during the 2014 elections, and they also have a number of seats in the Bushbuckridge municipality as well as in Bilabila. But to tell us more about the party, how it performed during the elections, whether they are happy with the outcome up to so far, I have the leader of the of Better Residents Association, Mr. Delta Mkwena. Mr. Mkwena, you contested these elections, you went around crisscrossing this province. Firstly, the voter turnout, there's a concern countrywide that people didn't come out in numbers to vote. Your view on that?
Yeah, thanks. And then the listeners, I think the people came in numbers to vote on the 8th of May. There's no need for us maybe to complain. People will come out, people vote on the 8th of May, and the result of not yet finalized. They are happy about the voters.
Coming to your party, we saw you had, this is a stronghold, which is Bushbuckridge, it's your stronghold. How did you perform?
No, I can say we perform well. Why I'm saying perform well? Because Better Residents Association now was still in charge. We are official opposition party in our local municipality. The ANC is number 1 and we are number 2. And remember, we've got 1 seat on last. We have got 1 seat in the legislature. But Better Residents Association, we are based on the ground, or not at the provincial and national. We're just contesting, and now we are still representing the aspirations of the people who have not yet. And we shall never give up. We'll still continue.
What are those aspirations of the people?
One is the issue of water, issue of infrastructure, the EG example. They've got the hospital next to me. There is a Tintual hospital down there. We don't have there. There's no doctors. There is no, the infrastructure itself bad. It's terrible. I think if you remember, the ANC was in power in 1994. Even now, of not yet. People just vote because they don't know why they vote. Even now, as I'm speaking, the election is over now. You can ask anyone who voted for ANC to say you voted for ANC at national level, and what are you going to do again at the end of the day? As a Better Association was still on the ground. As a leader, I've never been in the province where I'm just delegating people to go there. I'm still a leader here.
But as you're saying that you are the official opposition party in this municipality, you have mentioned the issue of lack of water, the hospitals are not up to standard. What is it that you are doing to push the ruling party or government to make sure that people get the services?
Yeah, so what we are doing in the municipality, we've got the mayor, the ANC majority, we are the second biggest party. We always raise our issue, okay? Each as I'm speaking now, they said to us, say they are going to build the Mapulane hospital, okay? Because of us, that's why today they've got the pressure. Remember. Since 1994, it's for the first time in the rural areas where you get an opposition party. We are a Better Residents Association, and we are here to stay because we are here. As I'm speaking again, we've got the issue of road. When you drive the road to Akonoko, the road is very bad. Very bad. As I'm speaking now, we've already pressurized them in the legislature. They've now appointed the contractor who's going to take over to make sure that the road is tight.
How soon are we going to see the change?
I think June. This year, June. Then they're going to, because they said that they've already appointed. Okay, already the contractor already assigned the site.
Okay.
Where it's going to start, because as an opposition party.
All right, coming to the result, we have seen other political parties last night, they were not happy with the results. You as the Better Residents Association, are you happy with the outcome up to so far?
No, I'm happy. Why I cry? You can't say, I'm surprised today when I saw it in the TV. You can't establish a party this year. You contest the provincial national election. You can't do that. First of all, you form a party, then you go on the ground, you work hard, like on our side. BRA was formed in 2010. 2011 contest. Remember, in 2011 we only won 1 ward from the 15 where I come from. In 2016 we won 4 wards. Now I'm in charge of 5 wards in Bushbuckridge. Remember, Bushbuckridge has got 38 wards. Bra's got 5. And we're still going to contest in the 2021. And I'm convinced that we are going to win it. Politics is game. You don't have used anger, hunger. It's wrong. I've been surprised when they complain about DAEFF, the media. You can't establish a political party based on the media. It's wrong. It's wrong. Well, I'm not going to complain. Why must I complain? I must go back and see my voters.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mkwena.
Okay.
That's Mr. Delta Mkwena saying that as the party, they are very satisfied so far with the results that are coming in, and they are going to work hard on the ground as they are the official opposition party in this municipality, Bushbuckridge municipality. Anyway, we will take this issue back to you, Leanne, and give our viewers more information about what is happening around the country. Back to you, Leanne.
Jonathan, thanks very much for that update from Mpumalanga. All right, let's now